Yeah, they're all mine. We need some variety.
Okay. So I thought about it. I thought you put some in there too, Haru. Didn't you put some on the text?
He did. It was just the ones that showed up. I think it was all the ones I asked. I put in last week.
Okay, I'll put some in the text this week coming. I guess we could all put some more in. I didn't.
There's some good ones though, bro.
Yeah, they were good.
No, they were good. It was just like I was realizing like these were all my own mind, and I want to answer some questions from your minds.
Okay,
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that, but I would definitely get some in there for next week.
Okay.
Sure.
And I need to, before I send him, watch my wording a little bit better next time.
About the yeah. But that was just like a.
I could have worded it a better way.
Yeah, but it was a good one.
It was.
That would have me think. That would have me think. I was like, hold on, right, wrong, actions, intentions. Like,
it might have been just a little too philosophical wording.
F it. You better just do right. Just do right. Be good. How about that?
Right.
Oh man.
So what are y'all going? How fast with those strawberries? Y'all got to get those together pretty quick. Or how long do they last when you pick them like that?
We picked them yesterday. She's been getting them clean and rinsed today. So tomorrow, matter of fact, she's going to take about 2 pounds and got a dehydrator. She's going to dehydrate them. We're going to store. Yeah, we're going to store them because that lasts quite a bit. That lasts a long time. And then they are. She's making jams. Of course, she talked to her mom. Her mom is big on that. You know what I mean? Who has her garden and big on baking and
you can make fruit roll-ups with strawberries too.
That's an idea. Yeah, that's an idea. She didn't mention that. I know she mentioned Pop-Tarts, but fruit roll-ups, that's an idea. Let me text her that right now.
I mean, I think all you got to do is like add gelatin to mashed up strawberries. And if you want to make it a little more sweet, thw some honey in there. Boom.
I'm about to come through.
That's a fruit roll-up.
Bro, I will send a picture in the group text. We got like 8 to 10 pounds. Seriously. I didn't realize we had got that much. It was like $5 a pound, and we get up there, it's like $55. I'm like, what? $55? But it was every bit of worth. The kids loved it, just picking it. You know what I mean? Understanding what is ready. And then the owner came out and talked to us, had a discussion about it. So he was like, hey, we got cantaloupe, we have watermelon, green beans, we got blackberries, blueberries coming out here in a few weeks. Come on out. $5 to $6 a pound. You can't beat that. And we rather give to our local farmers again, and then go into these corporations any day.
It's all healthy too, man.
It is. And you know what? And so here's the thing about it, that it's not what he said. It's not organic, but here's the thing about it is that when it comes to the pesticides, he stated that we only use if we see an infestation of insects, then we will use pesticides. But if not, he said this year was great. Matter of fact, the strawberries were 2 weeks early due to the storms we had, the last 2 weeks. And so, man, we're looking forward to it. The kids already had some this morning. They taste good, bro.
I mean, organic doesn't always mean better for you.
And that's so true. You're right.
Because there is sometimes companies that that say organic, the pesticides and herbicides are using that are organic or even worse than the ones that they would use if they weren't.
I mean, it's such trickery, such damn trickery, man.
That's why buy local. It's always better.
Yeah, it is. It is. And Chris trains my concept of thinking, because my wife and I, we haven't really been eating meat for the last 10 years, right? And occasionally I'll say, once or twice a year, if anything, and my wife really not at all. And just talking to Chris and working out again, and the cholesterol and creatine things we're missing out. I was told my wife, I'd rather start eating what we grew up on, the like real meat versus the fake meat, because I don't really know what's in the so-called. And what I mean by fake meat is like, I think it's called the impossible meat or something like that.
That stuff is so bad for you.
Yeah, so we've been eating that for like the last, 8 years or 10 years. I'm like, you know what? For the first time, my daughter had about a quarter of a hamburger last week, and she loved it. She loved it. And we paid attention to her bowel movements and how she reacted, and it did her right. You know what I mean? So I'd rather, and we go to a butcher and get the meat and make sure it's processed right. So, but I even
especially with your poultry. Yeah, I would not buy
Yeah.
poultry from the box stores.
Right.
That's going to be, if you buy poultry from the box stores, you're going to be ingesting chlorine and bleach.
Yeah,
They literally,
they sure do.
every chicken, it don't matter if it's organic. If it's or says organic and it's in a package at Walmart,
Right.
that chicken has been dunked in a bath of bleach.
But and that word is just so loosely used. It's just they just slap that on the package, you know, and it gets people. I'm talking about the word organic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you pay double. You pay double for it no
Yes.
matter what. I mean, when we go get grapes, we went to Hy-Vee today to get grapes, and the organic grapes are like $12.99. And
They're
the
so
the
expensive.
seedless are like $4.99. I'm like, what is going on? Like, to get a seed and a fruit now, I have to pay double the price. But I think it's a psychological thing. I think if you have seed, you got
Marketing.
seedless fruit, you're gonna have seedless people because it's gonna all come together. You know.
Yes, I was just getting ready to say that because they even got the organic bags. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's all
Yes.
psychological. It is all
but it's a balance. It's a balance, and that's what I'm realizing. Like, you know what? Don't try to go into this new concept, which this organic is a new concept, right? Stick to what you know, right? And it's a balance. Don't get me wrong. We still buy organic and we still pay the money to so-called get organic. But again, I've been eating more eggs, dealing with Chris. I've been, kind of, putting in a little meat. And so I'm starting to see my body react to it. And it feels good. You know what I mean? And it feels good. Matter of fact, I even seen something earlier about a man talking about ED and how the underwears that he's done some research and found out the underwears that men wear cause ED. This polyester and this Raytheon, I believe it's called, or some type of material.
It's plastic.
It is. It's just plastic.
That's literally like all your fancy clothing that your Under Armour that cost you $85. It's made out of a freaking Pepsi bottle. What they do is they melt that plastic down, and then once it's melted, they start stretching it while it cools. Okay, and they're stretching that plastic, and as it cools, it starts making big long strings, and they take that strings and they start wrapping it up like yarn, and it turns into a thred.
Wow.
It's just like, just imagine like silly putty. You're stretching it, right? It's heated up, and as it cools down, they're just ripping it and creating fibers, and then they make your plastic products.
Very, very
crafty. One reason why I don't wear underwear.
Yeah, you and me both. Yeah, look at us. Look at us.
Yeah. I don't wear underwear.
I don't either. Hang all on the ground.
And I mooned my gym the other day by accident. I did.
I know. You ought to hear his story.
Oh, dude. So I was showing some of my customers the Zercher squat, and I had my denim shorts on, and never had a problem with them before. This time I got down the bottom, and I'm at bottom of a Zercher squat with weight on me, and it doesn't rip. It goes boom. The whole bottom just blew, man. And I'm at the bottom of a squat, man, and everything is just out.
Oh man, I would
have had to stand up, and then I had to walk it over and rack the weight, man.
Yes.
Oh, that's good. That's real good.
Yes.
Oh man, I won't do that again.
Hey, what an experience! Man. The truth
I know, right?
Is nuts were on the ground.
That's right.
We were talking about that in the podcast, the truth and experience. I just threw that in there. That's all.
Yeah, I exposed some people.
That is funny.
His gym membership just went up 35%, though. That's all you need.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Hey, you hitting us up tomorrow, Mackie, for a workout?
I think we're gonna go about 9:30.
Okay.
Did we talk about that? Or what were we talking about too?
Well, I was mentioning to Nick today, and I told him I just talked to him when we got on the podcast.
Okay.
I mean, if you want, we have a meeting at 12. And me, you, and Nick are 3 people that's supposed to be at that meeting, so we can use my office. You can just work out, and so you don't have to get there early. You could just get there a little later. Then we just work out, and right after the workout, go to the office. Okay. I mean, if you want to like be in your own space, I get it.
Okay. Okay. I can bring my laptop. So you're thinking about working out at 11 and then having our meeting at noon? Is that what you're saying?
I'm probably going to get there like 10:15 to work out because
10. That's good. Yeah.
I gotta warm up.
Okay. Okay, 10.
But
I'm down for 10, 15. Yeah, do 10.
I was like, if you guys are down with that, you don't have to get up so early, and then we could just have the podcast. We just lock the office.
Okay, I'm
Boom.
down. What you doing tomorrow? Was the legs?
Tomorrow Wednesday?
Yes.
Nothing. It's my off day.
I mean, oh, what workout? What body part?
Oh, legs.
Legs. Okay.
Remember, we're doing Zerchers.
Yeah. I'm
I
down.
will only be wearing my denim shorts.
Yeah, no denim shorts, bro. No denim shorts.
I'll still be wearing shorts though.
Hey, Chris,
I don't, bro. You got to.
Dude, my legs are so big.
Yeah, you got to.
I can't wear basketball shorts because my butt and everything's so big, and then it just doesn't work. I gotta wear shorts.
Right.
hey, with your torn meniscus, how did they go? Could you walk?
Oh yeah. Oh, like walk when it happened?
Yeah, I mean, could you walk? I mean, so when you tore it, how long after did you have your surgery? Was it something that had to be taken care of immediately?
Yeah, it had to be taken care of immediately. I had, I tore it, and then obviously what most doctors do is they do a mastectomy where they cut the bad tissue out.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's not happening. We're gonna do a repair surgery, and I had a phenomenal doctor. And I made an agreement with him before we did operating services. I was like, if you cut my meniscus out, I said, I'm going to sue you. Don't want that to happen. Anyways, but so what he did, phenomenal doctor. He's the doctor for the Mizzou football team.
Mm-hmm.
And a phenomenal sport doctor. He sewed my meniscus back together.
Mm-hmm.
So that it happened May 17th last year.
Mm-hmm.
Surgery was, I think, the beginning of June, like June 6th, something like that. But between then, I had to keep it perfectly. They gave me a splint thing to keep it locked.
Mm-hmm.
Had the surgery, and they sewed my meniscus back together, and then I had to keep it locked for another couple months after that because connective tissue don't get a lot of blood, so it takes a lot longer to heal that. And if I would have moved it, it would have ripped that meniscus back.
Mm-hmm.
And so what happened is I lost my whole right leg, and I had no muscle. Right above the knee, I lost all that muscle, and I'm starting to. You can still, like, when you see Mackie tomorrow, my legs are different sizes.
So
it's not that noticeable, bro. Yeah. It's not that noticeable.
No, I've grown a lot of it back. I've put 15 pounds on pretty quick when I started training in my legs.
So what is the diagnosis long term versus the mastectomy versus getting it sewn back together?
A repair surgery?
Yes.
Well, see, whenever they cut a piece of your meniscus out, do you know what your meniscus looks like?
What's that muscle on the inside of your knee, right?
No, it's not a muscle. It is a it's a piece of really, it's really tough but really smooth piece of cartilage, and it's shaped like a horseshoe. Mm-hmm. And you have two of them. And they go in your knee. If like my nose was the knee, they go this way. Mm-hmm. And so I had a lateral complex meniscus tear. Mm-hmm. So like imagine if you took a piece of raw meat and you just ripped it, it would go zigzag in different directions. Mm-hmm. That's how mine was. It was split all the way through different directions. And if you have a mastectomy done, they cut the bad tissue out, but the problem is the meniscus is designed to work as a whole. Mm-hmm. And so when you only have a piece of it, it can't handle all the pressure from your daily activities, so that what you have starts to wear away, and then you eventually become bone on bone. Mm. And not every doctor, but there's a lot of doctors that coach people in to get a mastectomy. So because mastectomy, you're back on your feet in 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. Right? You bounce back pretty quick. Mm-hmm. Versus a repair surgery, I was down for months because we had to wait for that meniscus to fuse back together. Mm-hmm. And if you rip it, good luck sewing it back together after that. Because once it rips, it's the structure has been compromised, and it's really soft and jelly-like, so it's really hard to suture it back together. Mm-hmm. So you got to have a good doctor. Luckily, I had one.
So let me ask you this: so long term, though, which is better? Well, I mean, it sounds like the repair surgery is better. So when you so now that you healed,
not healed yet all the way.
Not all the way, but
nope. He said it would take a full heal 12 to 18 months.
12 to 18 months. But you're back doing leg workouts already?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. No, but I did a lot of work myself, a lot of rehab. I didn't go to a physical therapist because, the physical therapist I went to was a joke. And I went to my first appointment. I'm sure the physical therapist himself was a very good physical therapist. Mm-hmm. We had my first appointment. I came back for the next week for my second one. He wasn't there. His assistant was going to do it for me. Mm-hmm. And his assistant is not a physical therapist. And the guy was like 20 years old.
Right.
And I was pretty offended. I here to see a physical therapist, not an assistant.
Right.
I said, you are an assistant. You assist him while he's doing his therapy.
Right.
That's your job. And so the therapist wasn't there, but the whole time, my first appointment with him, he just talked about himself the whole time. Like, I'm getting these girls. I got this. I got the boat. I'm like, that's what you're doing. And I was kind of irritated about it.
Yeah, you at the lake.
And I left. I just walked out and I said, I'm not going to be seen unless it's an actual physical therapist. And I got in my truck and the assistant chased me out to the truck and knocked on my window when I got in. And he was like, what are you doing, man? I was like, all due respect, I said, it's really weird that you chased me out here. But no offense, bro. I know more than you. Like, I didn't come here to see an assistant, man. I'm sorry. Like, I'll do my own work.
Yeah.
So what is
But-
that? So after a couple of years or so, will your knee be fully healed? I mean, can you go back to full strength? I mean, like, what can you do? Versus
So, I mean, I can already squat 405 again, no problem. But like, so I can do that because my muscle's there, but the integrity of my knee is not ready for that.
Right.
So I can't go heavy like that right now. I did it twice, and both times my knee inflamed.
Mhm.
It didn't rip or nothing, but it's let me know that it's not ready to handle that kind of weight yet.
Right.
But
So
I mean, I'm on not even 12 months out post surgery yet.
So long term, the repair is better than the.
Really, the way it should work is long term. It should once my meniscus fully heals, it should actually be stronger than before,
Okay.
like a weld.
Okay. So with the mastectomy, you still can have pain.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, because you don't have your full meniscus.
That's right.
So you had a mastectomy done.
No, got one coming up, but I'm going to call tomorrow, and we're gonna have to change that.
I mean, if you can get a repair surgery, when did you hurt your knee?
Oh, mine's been about 3 or 4 months. I was still running and everything.
Ooh,
So, but I could do that. It wasn't painful, and so it wasn't until here recently that it was starting to bother me some. But you mentioned it not too long ago, so it got me thinking. So I want to ask you about it, and so I'm scheduled for that.
so they say you have a tear.
It's a tear. It's a tear. It's not torn all the way completely, but it's a tear in there, and so
Don't do a mastectomy then.
yeah, that's
Don't do a
you
mastectomy.
talk about. I'm going to call and we're going to debate this. And if he doesn't want to do it, I will find somebody else that will do that. Because
And if it's not torn all the way through, there's also a chance that could heal itself
right,
without surgery.
right,
Something I would look into is write this down. Here, I'll put it in the chat.
okay,
Now I'll put it in our studio chat. His name is Ben Patrick. And then I think his website is ATG Online Coaching. And then his Instagram handle is, I think, knees over toes guy. And he's going to have he might, you can pay for his training. And this guy, he is a disciple of, I think his name's James Poliquin. He was an MMA trainer. And that guy Poliquin knows a lot of stuff about training, and he didn't share a lot of his information, but to a few people, and Ben Patrick is one of them.
okay,
And his training protocols are based off of Poliquin's training.
okay,
And it is, I mean, I've seen people recover their knees like crazy. 70-year-old women that had horrible knees are running and jumping now. It's based off his program, and he has programs. I think one's called Baby Steps, and it teaches you how to do things like split squats. And you start very like the basic level where minimal movement, and then you progress. Lots of things like walking backwards, pulling weight backwards. Like going backwards helps you go forward in your knees.
So
It's going to help build all those muscles above the knee that a lot of people don't really activate in that way.
So is this in relation to the torn meniscus?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I think like, if yours is not actually cut all the way through, then I mean, like I said, I'm not saying your doctor's bad and he's trying to do this, but there are doctors that talk people into getting a mastectomy because they know 5 years down the road
You'll be back.
you'll be back for a knee replacement because you won't have a meniscus.
That's right. No, this
You'll
is a
wear it
great
out.
conversation. So we didn't even, so it's partly my fault as well too. I should have did some more research on that. So I, took him at his word. But again, this is why this is so beautiful and why we are together. You've been through
Yes,
that
sir.
experience, and so now I'm learning. So I'm definitely making that call tomorrow. We're gonna rethink this thing. Well, if he doesn't want to do that, then I will find somebody else. But because I'm pretty healthy, and my knees outside of that torn meniscus, I've never had any issues ever, and so I can deal with the pain, but I'm still vulnerable, and I don't like.
How'd you tear it?
I don't like that feeling. Doing single leg leg press. I felt it. Single leg press. I felt it coming down on my right leg, and just a little ting, and so um,
Just a
didn't
small rip.
yeah, it didn't go away, and so I know something wasn't right. It didn't.
So this is what's going to happen if you don't get it cut out and you choose to have it if it can be just recovered by itself.
Mhm.
What's going to happen is it'll heal back up. It's going to create scar tissue, and that's going to create a lot of pain.
Right.
Doesn't mean that pain is bad. It's not structural. That means it's structurally sound now.
Right.
And every time you use that extra cartilage and that scar tissue is going to scrape against nerves. Whenever you bend your knee, it's going to cause a lot of pain.
Mhm.
But if you can deal with that pain over time, you'll eventually rub that tissue off
Mhm.
from use, and then it'll be smooth again.
Mhm. The
Because
thing-
right now that's what a meniscus is. It's supposed to be super smooth, and so if
Right.
it has any rough edges in it, there's a lot of nerves in the knee.
Right.
So it does cause pain.
It does. So the only thing with that is that I won't know which is which because I'm not inside that knee. So
Have you had MRI'd?
yes,
Okay.
yes. So I'm gonna to the repair sounds like a whole lot better to me. It makes sense, and so
And they'll take that MRI if you have it on a computer.
I do.
Take that file and drop it in ChatGPT and see what it has to say.
Ah,
It can read MRIs.
some be you talking about with the report or the disc?
Mine, when I had mine, they put it on a disc. I just put it in a computer, had the file. Well, actually, they had it emailed to me, so I took that file and dropped it in there.
Mm.
But you just have to save the image on your computer, and then the report, and just drop that report like a file in ChatGPT. Just drag and drop.
Yeah, we'll get that done because
Hey, chat is a beast, RP.
beast,
It is,
bro.
bruh. We're dealing with a lawsuit right now, and chat is a big contributor and supporter to what we're doing. I mean, and we're fighting a whole another attorney. We got an attorney. They got an attorney. You know what I
Right.
mean? And bro, we slapping them. You
That's
know,
right.
The ChatGPT can do so much.
Mhm.
It's all it all depends on the user and the prompt you give it. It's a tool.
True.
Right.
True.
And so, like, for example, I'm making a program right now. Like, I don't do personal training at the gym. What I do is I charge $250, and I give them a 12-week program. We go through nutrition consult, and then I teach them the exercises physically. What I did is I have my programs in a file I put on Microsoft Word, and I'm not techie with that stuff, but I can type on a computer. So I type my program out on ChatGPT, and then I take that program, that Microsoft Word file, and I drop it in ChatGPT, and I said, hey, let's put this in a professional format, right? I give it the parameters, the person's name, and all the information, and then I drop it 2 images, like my logo, and then like another image at my gym, and then I say use these photos appropriately, and I give it some parameters. And then it built this 15-page document, color coded with my freaking logo. Everything's in perfect bubbles, and all the workouts are labeled correctly. It took it like 30 minutes to make that for me.
Right.
But if I had to do it myself, that would have took me a couple hours.
Absolutely.
Like more than that. There's all kinds of things you can do with it.
Okay. Well, I'll definitely do that, and we're definitely going to ixnay on that mastectomy for sure.
Joe,
That repair. I don't want to know pain. And again, I don't like feeling vulnerable. I don't like that at all. I don't like it at all.
well, you didn't get injured that bad, and so you could take this as a lesson of you need to condition your knees a little better.
Yeah, so it's you talking about them 4 or 5 squats, it was always heavy duty. And so that takes a toll as well. But I haven't squatted in a while, and there's other machines you can do now. I do love the free squat, but there's other things you can do to take it easy on your knees. And
Zercher.
yes, well, I don't
Have
want
you?
listen, man. Look, listen. I know you got some search, but I can't have all this stuff. Pop, pop,
Mm-hmm.
pop, pop.
Mm-hmm. Oh, popping as it going down. Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yes,
I hear
but
you.
what I'm saying is when you get back to where you can squat,
Right.
try the Zerchers out for real.
Okay.
Look up a Zercher squat. Try very low weight. You don't go heavy.
Right.
And I promise you might like it better than a back squat. When I did it, so I have a lot of problems with my back.
Right.
I won't get into it all right now.
Yeah.
But 405 is super light for me, actually.
Right.
But with my injuries, I Zerch squatted the other day, and the difference I felt in the way the load sits on your body, it makes your body exactly the position you're supposed to be in a squat, nice and upright, but there's no tension on the spine. I mean, there's tension on the spine, but there's no pressure on the spine with the Zercher. Okay. And then as I went down, literally, like, I didn't feel the same pressure on my knees or my hips or my low back. It was a tension versus a pressure. And literally, like, I actually felt more energized after a squat. And usually when I squat, like, I'm dead. I don't want to do anything else. And after a Zercher, I was actually energized afterwards and felt better. And I had no joint pain the next day at all.
Yeah. Yeah. And mobility.
Yes.
I mean, you know, my wife's big in mobility
Mhm.
because her CrossFit days. And I thought her CrossFit pattern, I've heard a lot of people say CrossFit was dangerous, but the people
can
she
be.
was underneath, the people she was underneath were very big about mobility. I mean, ankle mobility, wrist mobility. And she has really changed my life when it comes to that. You know, doing cartwheels, but rolling my back and rolling my spine, things I've never done before. And that itself, and being in law enforcement and security, you need to have that. You know what I mean? If I need to move quick or make an adjustment, I don't need anything to tear a rip because it's not
right.
used to me moving too quick. And
That's right.
so, I mean, we normally try to do a mobility workout at least 2 or 3 times a week. I put one into the chat one time, and I mean, within 20 minutes, I am drenched. I'm doing things I feel like I couldn't do, but then I'm able to do. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And I'll add to that, so because I wasn't doing any of those things. You think, well, I thought, doing just your abs and this and that and the other in the gym, the regular things that you always do was enough.
Right.
But man, I got on that ground one time and I was like, God, listen, humbled, always humbled once again in the gym. And like, and then you come across these videos and seeing these guys doing this stuff, and it's like, they make it look so easy. But I tell
Yes.
you, that is hard. And
Yeah.
so when I get
It'll
this
work
right, I'm
it.
gonna get back on it. But man, I
Baby steps, man.
Yeah.
listen, everybody's sleeping. I'm in the living room.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
hard. But I love, within a couple of weeks, I was like, wow, this is making a difference in the flexibility. I stretch every day, but that's like a whole different level of
Mobility is important.
it really
Even
is.
stretching. You
Yes.
got dynamic
Yes.
stretching or static. I love
Yes.
dynamic stretching versus static. For
Yes.
when it comes to me,
So whenever I like work out, I usually try to do dynamic stretching before the workout and then do static stretching after.
Okay.
Never static stretching before you lift.
Right.
You don't want to stretch the muscles when you're getting ready to contract them.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
But full range of motion, like mobility, and a lot of guys in the gym, they put that ego in there when they're doing their shoulder presses. They're like, oh, my arm's parallel to the ground. I don't know where that started.
Right.
Where guys do that. But like, if you're going to do a movement, always do full range of motion. And if that requires you to lower the weight, who cares?
True.
Right.
But if you get strong at your weakest position, that's going to carry over to everything else. And then when you do decide to put a load on you, you're not going to rip a pec off.
Right.
You're not going to tear your bicep.
Yeah. Form is law. You got to have the form, period.
Yeah. With you, brother.
Kings.
With you.
Beautiful, brothers. Beautiful. So we're on for next Sunday at noon. Hey, I like that time slot. That was great. That was really good.
Yeah.
You're gonna like it, King Mac. It was good. Got done, and I didn't feel no pressure when it came for Sunday night. Like, golly, right now I would be like, let's go.
Right. Y'all listen to it. Y'all sounded great. Hey, y'all didn't miss a beat. I listened to it. Y'all sounded wonderful.
Cool,
I had one one thing I want to bring up, just for thoughts, and then we can talk about it tomorrow, is we have a meeting on Wednesdays at 12. And do you think maybe we could swap meeting and podcast times, Tuesday and Wednesday?
Which one?
Like doing the open mic earlier in the day, and it's just a thought, just throwing it out there, because you liked it during the day and we were all more awake and aware. I was just thinking if we're already meeting at 12, we could make that a podcast, and we could do our meetings a little later at night.
Oh, we're talking about do it on Wednesdays at noon. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And I know but that would change. It's called open mic night, so.
Ain't nothing but work.
But just throwing it out there, just a thought.
Okay. Yeah, that's something to think about.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to that, because it has potential.
It does. Yeah, I'm down.
And listen, and so with that too, so like my wife's at work, these first 3 nights of the week. So it is, for me, it's balls to the wall. And so that's not a bad idea. We put it out there for everybody to see, but I'm not opposed to that, because see, she'll be here at noon. And again, that will help me. Hey, that be on to something. Hey, look, this evolution, brothers. Evolution.
Absolutely. We'll talk about it tomorrow and get it agreed upon.
Love you guys.
All right, love you too.
Love you too. Peace.